MSI preps the most powerful AM5 motherboard for AMD Ryzen 9000 CPUs, the MEG X870E GODLIKE with 28 power phase, 8-pin power for RTX 50, 8 USB Type-C ports. MSI's next-gen MEG X870E GODLIKE flagship motherboard is going to be a beast of a design, offering 28 phases for AMD Ryzen 9000 CPUs. MSI MEG X870E GODLIKE AM5 motherboard is prepped not just for AMD Ryzen 9000 but also next-gen Zen CPUs, offers huge 28 VRM design and tons of I/O. MSI is preparing an extensive list of AMD AM5 motherboards within its 800 series lineup. These boards will utilize the X870 and X870 chipset. We saw a couple of these motherboards during Computex 2024 and the new MPG Carbon Wi-Fi design was revealed during Gamescom 2024. We also revealed more models within the family here. Today, we have the PCB blueprint for MSI's flagship AM5 800 series model, the MEG X870E GODLIKE. Starting with the details. The MSI MEG X870E GODLIKE is just as huge as the previous GODLIKE offering that was based on the X670E chipset. The motherboard should measure 288 by 304. 8mm and would adopt the E8X form factor. The board will feature the AM5 socket which will support AMD's Ryzen 9000, Ryzen 8000, Ryzen 7000 CPUs, and given the power delivery that this board boasts, it should easily support the next generation Ryzen CPUs too without any issue. The board will also be outfitted with the latest AGESA BIOS, optimized towards the Zen 5 core architecture. In terms of power delivery, the MSI MEG X870E GODLIKE motherboard features 28 power phases with 110A power stages. This is plus 1 VRM than the X670E GODLIKE which was equipped with 105A power stages. The CPU is provided power by two 8-pin connectors and a standard 24-pin power connector, ATX, powers the whole board. 4 DDR5 DIMM slots offer support for over 8000 mount STIM speeds and up to 256 GB capacities with the latest 64 GB modules. The motherboard features all the useful goodies such as debug and SDebug LED along with power, reset switches. There's a connector on the right side of the DIMM slots which is used to connect the M-Vision dashboard, a returning feature from the X670E series. Support for AMD Ryzen 9000/8000/7000 desktop CPUs, AM5, socket. 28 phase, 110A, CPU VRM design. Dual 8-pin power connectors for CPU. 4 DDR5 DIMM slots, up to 256 GB capacities. Expo support with DDR5 8000 plus memory support. 10-layer and 2 Oz copper PCB design. 8 USB Type-C ports, 2x 40 Gbps, 1x 20 Gbps, 5x10 Gbps. 2x 16 Gen 5 slots, X16/X8 electrical. 5 M.2 slots, 2x Gen 5, 3x Gen 4. M.2 shield Frozr heatsinks for M.2 slots. Steel reinforced key and memory slots. Dual X870E PCH dies. Additional 8-pin connector for key power, RTX 50 support. 4x SATA 3 ports. Coming to expansion slots, the motherboards offer 2 key Gen 5.0 connectors, 1x16 and 1x8. Along with a single key 3.0x1 slot. Storage options include 5 M.2 slots which include 2 Gen 5, CPU, and 3 Gen 4, PCH, slots. All M.2 slots on the motherboard will be equipped with MSI's M.2 Shield Frozr heatsinks including the topmost heatsink which adopts a magnetic clock and RGB light for illumination. The rest of the M.2 slots will also feature SM.2 release designs while the key slot will come with ISP release technology, allowing users to easily remove and install key and M.2 devices. There are also 4 SATA 3 ports and 2 USB3 front panel headers. On the I/O front, the motherboard will feature a total of 8 USB Type-C ports with 7 USB Type-C ports configured on the rear panel I/O and 1 for the front panel. The front panel USB Type-C port will support PD up to 60 watts, which is added by the 8-pin connector on the motherboard. The rest of the rear panel ports are rated at 2x40 Gbps, 1x20 Gbps, and 5x10 Gbps ports. The rear panel I/O also comes with stacked PCB layers to support additional USB ports, and you'll also get dual networking ports and Wi-Fi 7 support. The USB4 controller will be housed near the I/O underneath a dedicated heatsink. Lastly, the motherboard will come with an additional 8-pin connector near the dual X870E PCHs, which will provide additional power to the key lanes to support next-gen multi-GPU solutions like NVIDIA's RTX 50 Blackwell GPUs. MSI is expected to launch the MEG X870E Godlike after the release of the first wave of AMD 800 series motherboards, so we can expect some premium CPU overclocking features and a premium price tag on this monstrous motherboard. We'll make sure to have more pictures showing the design, heatsink, and overall layout of the Godlike soon.